buongiorno, buon pomeriggio, buonasera. I remember that we all are connected with the friends worldwide, and for this reason, I will be the only one, I guess, that can deliver a welcome speech in English first and in Italian for our Italian community. So, first of all, I would like to highlight what we have on the floor here. This is the conclusion of the ICROM workshop with the students we had yesterday, and it was really a successful program. And this is part of what we are doing this year with the festival. So make the chance, to have a look while you are here present, while for the friends, we have recorded the session yesterday of explanation of how it was realized, that the vision that ICROM wanted to share with the younger generations. So, the International Festival of the Diversity of Cultural Expression and the Talking Places, the World in Florence, reaches its second edition. And it had a great pleasure to welcome you all in this monumental complex of the Basilica of Santa Croce, a significant cultural site for Florence. The festival is a unique opportunity to meet, exchange, and train on the issues of heritage as a means for peace, environmental sustainability, and social cohesion. The festival offers a panorama of hybrid events, as we are seeing, in person and online, in the setting of this magnificent complex. The festival offers citizens, especially Tuscan high school students, they were here yesterday, a knowledge exchange with groups of university students from all over the world as part of the international academic network of the Romualdo del Bianco Foundation in its Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement. The festival presents diverse cultural expressions of places, displayed in interactive panels and described by young people in the presence and with the help of World Heritage experts. The festival brings together outstanding personalities from the international debate on issues related to the use of cultural heritage. Personalities that include our Munir Bushnaki, our president, honorary president and special advisor of UNESCO, Francesco Bandarin, architect and assistant director of UNESCO for the period 2010-2018, Joseph King, senior director of ICROM, Jean-Louis Luxen, former Secretary General of ICOMOS, and all the others that are sitting with us today. With their active participation in the festival, organizations testify to their endorsement of the activities of culture and peace that Romualdo del Bianco Foundation has pursued for many years. Yesterday in Palazzo Vecchio, I recalled that, of course, now we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the UNESCO 1972 Convention for Cultural Heritage, the 40th anniversary of Florence being included in the World Heritage List, but also 35 years of activity of intercultural dialogue that the Foundation have realized and concretely put into practice in this town with all the network that now is reaching more than 500 institutions all around the world. 111 countries are represented, and among our guests here in the room, I can see friends that comes from a long, long time friendship and cooperation. The participating organization that really gave their endorsement to the festival include the European Parliament, the Council of Europe, the Ministries of Culture and Foreign Affairs, UNESCO, ICROM, ICOMOS, the Tuscany region, the city of Florence. The Festival of Talking Places, the World in Florence, is an unmissable appointment of excellence that engage young generation, local communities, companies, experts of reference in a proactive dialogue, tracing future scenarios and good practices so heritage can concretely represent a vehicle of self-awareness first and territorial hospitality with respect for diversities and inclusiveness, as well as social and environmental development. This dialogue can lead to a new model of territorial management, attitude to travel, and educational recommendation for new generation. The 2022 edition of the festival marks the formalization of the Talking Places, luoghi parlanti. This program is a strategic and practical application to fulfill this commitment, which recalls a sense of social responsibility of all local communities towards their own territory, allowing visitors and participants to virtually get to know it through their eyes, thus establishing an interaction between residents and traveler communities that goes far beyond the mere tourism. We want to respond to the most diverse needs of those who work in the territories, from public administration, local authorities, companies, and civil society in general, promoting awareness of the actors who live in the territories and serve as the territory's historical custodians. These actors have a moral duty to protect and enhance the interpretation and presentation of a territory's history. Our goal for the 5-year period, 2021-2025, is to build a solid basis for disseminating the methodology and implementation of talking places in 100 countries all around the 5 continents. This year, we propose two example cases that highlights how the Talking Places program is much more than a tool for travelers and meets the contemporary needs of dematerialization and environmental sustainability. And you can see the cases on display here in the main refectory. The first case focuses on the narration of the figure of Father Ernesto Balducci through an itinerary of places close to him. The project is carried out in collaboration with the Balducci Foundation on the centenary of the birth, and ideally traces the most significant monuments in his life between the Maremma, Florence, and Rome in 11 places. The second case is represented by the digitalization and enhancement of a nucleus of 37 tabernacles out of the over 1,200 in Florence. It is an initiative that we carried out in collaboration with the Friends of the Florentine Museum and Monuments Committee for Decoration and Restoration of the tabernacles, which is part of a complex project of restoration and return of the works of Florence. At risk of getting lost amid the immense Florentine artistic and cultural heritage, this case highlights the importance that this iconic symbol of our history and culture and art have and for the town in its development. And in this sense, the Talking Places can become a tool for enhancing community identity, highlighting the social, environmental, and governance commitment and the strengthening of the government's presence and the role in its territory. And another great example, which I leave as the last, and you see the first of the panels, is the case of B&B Hotels Italy, a company that is an international chain of more than 600 hotels in Europe, and they shared the vision of life beyond tourism since its beginning and wanted to be part of it because of their vision and high sense of having a positive impact on the places where they live and from where they have their, of course, their business. So we started disseminating in their hotels more than 15 talking places, and the big goal that we will listen tomorrow afternoon is to reach the long word of Italy and the rest of the network. So it is really an opportunity to make an intense and active and proactive work of networking among all those who are part of what we call the learning communities, all those who living in a place, working for its place in more diverse roles, starting from the younger generation up to the public administration, and here we have mayors and representative of the world of the management of the places. It is important to build up a dialogue so that research and institutional approach are connected with the practical approach that really make available, make possible the change in our town, in our territory, wider territories, for a better life, for a better future. So I think that this is, of course, very exciting for all of us because, as I said on the first opening, this is not a point of arrival. This is not just an exhibition. This is not just a conference or symposium or an event. This is a process of evolution in which all those who have taken part are building the new basement, the new roots for the future evolvement of our societies. And we firmly believe that our festival every year could be a sort of milestone in which we can see what has been done, what is needed, what are we planning to do in the next year. So we are already thinking about the programs for the 2023. Yesterday we had, yesterday and day before yesterday, we had several candidates of friends and partners that are interested in being active part in this path, such as Bahrain with Mr. Ibrahim Al-Khalifa, and also we have Poland, and also we have many others that are really working on the realization of their path. We have examples here in the main hall. We have Georgia, we have Cameroon, we have many expressions, and we will go through them in the program. We have also our friends from Ukraine, and this is, I would like to highlight how important can be culture and heritage also to cope with so extremely difficult, humanitarian difficult situation. And I am moved to tears because I know what means to, I can believe what it could mean to come here and be part of this while things are going bad at home. But this means that in our network, with our effort, being together, we can cope with the difficulties of the world, but we are part of the civil society, and we can make the difference starting right from our essence of being civil society and trying to make small steps, but concrete and continuous small steps in the same direction. This is the vision of the foundation. This is the activity that the foundation has been doing for over 35 years. And I am so honored to be the president of the foundation, not because of the foundation headquarters, not because of the name of the foundation, but because the foundation is made by this network that is represented here in presence and online. So this means that we can strongly give a message of future, a message of inspiration to the younger generation that the world can go on and we can be part of this movement of regeneration of places, taking into account all our memories, roots, heritage, which is made by the different ways heritage can be declined. So world heritage, cultural heritage, traditional heritage, the heritage of the way of doing things. These are all our roots. If we keep our roots strongly, we can cope with the difficulties of everyday life and build a new and better future. So, thank you, because if I am president of this foundation, it's because the foundation exists, and if they exist, it is because we have such a solid, strong, and believing network that is always prompt and active in joining and proposing, participating action in our activity. Okay. Ok, due parole per gli amici italiani che ci seguono, a parte evidentemente l'emozione che non mi è così propria normalmente, ma è evidente che il contesto lo richiede e non può essere diversamente. Un focus sul programma online e cartaceo per chi lo ha, c'è il messaggio introduttivo del mio intervento e la visione che questo festival ha. È di fatto un momento di passaggio, un momento che segna un processo di crescita e di costruzione di un nuovo approccio al patrimonio, che può essere patrimonio chiaramente culturale, patrimonio naturale, ma il nostro saper fare, l'identità, la memoria dei nostri luoghi. Il Festival dei Luoghi Parlanti è un appuntamento di eccellenza imperdibile che impegna giovani generazioni, comunità locali, imprese ed esperti di riferimento in un confronto proattivo nel tracciare gli scenari futuri, ma anche le buone pratiche affinché il patrimonio possa concretamente rappresentare un veicolo di autoconsapevolezza e accoglienza territoriale, di rispetto delle diversità e di inclusività, di sviluppo sociale e ambientale che possano confluire in un nuovo modello di gestione dei territori, di approccio al viaggio, di politiche educative mirate per le nuove generazioni. L'edizione del 2022 del Festival suggella l'ufficializzazione del programma Luoghi Parlanti quale applicazione strategica e pratica di questo impegno, che richiama il senso di responsabilità sociale di tutte le comunità locali verso il proprio territorio, per consentire a visitatori e partecipanti di conoscere virtualmente il mondo attraverso i loro occhi, stabilendo così un'interazione tra le comunità residenti e dei viaggiatori che vada ben oltre al mero turismo. Vogliamo dare risposta alle più diverse esperienze ed esigenze di chi opera nei territori, dalle pubbliche amministrazioni agli enti locali, alle aziende ed alla società civile in generale, favorendo la crescita di consapevolezza degli attori che vivono